Jon can connect with these kids because of the way he comes in and he keeps their attention, grabs their attention.
I think it was like a wake-up call. You could hear a pin drop in the gym.
It's a message that applies to all different cultures.
You could identify with him.
I really, really loved it, and I could really see the kids, like the emotion and that coming out in them, and I know that made an impact.
It's not about me breaking a bat. It's not about rolling up a frying pan or bending a bar. It's about what I went through in my life. And then it's about what they're going through in their life.
When he spoke, I felt like you could look around and see so many of them realizing, wow, I felt that way. They all connected with it. Regardless of what their story was, they all connected with it.
I think our students were so quiet because they got the message. And I think it went in their ear and it's still inside their little heads right now as they're in class. And that's extremely important because they need to know that they're not alone.
You could see lots of emotion, like tears were being shed, and there was a lot of hugs being, given to friends, and friends that even they're not super close, but everyone was around those kids that were really feeling the message. You could really see that.
I had the pleasure of taking Jon down to inner city school in Dallas. It's a very hard school, very hard kids down there. And he did his feats of strength and everything, and they were very impressed, which surprised us. Then he started telling his story, and he had all of their attention. And at the end of the story, probably 75% of the kids were crying. Right after that, one of who is known as like the toughest kid in the class came up to Jon, also crying, and he embraced the special needs boy. And it was something that my neighbor, the teacher, has never witnessed before in that class. Afterwards, there were several of the other tough guys, what she calls in the class, who came up to her and said, "Hey, Mrs. Bolin, can I have a hug?" And she was just like flabbergasted. She's like, "A hug? Are you serious?"
Now, I'll never forget, I was speaking at a small school and breaking the bat, saying I need someone to come up, and then I go, "Hey, that little girl, would you come up here?" And as she's walking up on stage, I see a teacher going, "No, stop, no." And it was too late, she was already up on stage. And I go, "What's your name?" She says her name, and I see the teacher back off and goes and sits down. I go, "Are you having fun today?" She goes, "Yeah." I go, "Are you pumped up?" "Yeah." I go, "Am I good looking?" She goes, "Yeah," and everyone's laughing. I said, "Is this a real bat?" She goes, "Yes, it is." So I go, "We want you to know, don't ever give up." And I break the bat, give her my wristband. And as she's walking back, I look, and the whole school, all the teachers, everyone's crying. Well, I say goodbye at the door to all the students who are leaving, give them high fives, and that teacher walks up to me. She goes, "That was the first time that girl ever talked." They went to the office, and they called her parents saying, "Your daughter's talking now." Did I say anything to give her the skill set to be able to talk that day? No. I didn't know she'd never talked before. But sometimes maybe I give her encouragement. When I stop in the middle of my story, and I say, if anyone's here today, and you've been hurt by someone that's supposed to love you or take care of you, I am here today to say this. I'm sorry. And to watch these students start crying, it really breaks my heart. You can't really win a student's mind if you can't win their heart. Even though I'm talking to these students for about 30 minutes, 35 minutes, they have felt love they never felt before.